So I'm glad everybody's here. Today we are just kicking back. We're talking about what we're thankful for. And then we have some amazing Black Friday deals that people that have been with us throughout the last year and so wanted to share on Appy Hour. So we'll be talking about these Black Friday deals that go live.
Fantastic. Yeah, definitely. Very, very excited. So I'm just making sure that we're on.
Are we streaming?
Yeah, I think we are, but I'm not seeing our video. So I'm still seeing, I see our video in one place, but I'm not seeing our video in, it says go live, but I think I am live. Like, I feel like I'm already live.
Well, I know you're here.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, but are you on Facebook Live?
I don't know. It kind of looks like I am, but then I don't know. I'm going to try again. What am I doing wrong here? Let's see. Hold on.
I see the live button too. I see that you're there. Is anybody in Facebook Live land also here in this land?
Yeah. Save. And then set up.
Has anybody started cooking already?
No.
No, not yet. How about in chat? Has anybody started at least buying ingredients?
So we have tacos. We have tacos that we're cooking tonight, and my husband went and got all of the ingredients for that. So, it's not showing that oh, I know what's going on. I know what's going on with our live video. It's this thing that I put on my browser that keeps me safe.
Okay, so Rebecca said that she started cooking.
Oh, good.
What are you cooking? What have you made so far?
Meatloaf.
Yum.
I love meatloaf.
Do you put sausage in your meatloaf, or is it just straight up hamburger? I'm just curious. That's kind of like a debate in our house. I say it's supposed to have sausage. Sweet potatoes. Oh, okay.
Oh,
no, sweet potatoes. Like sweet potatoes are in the meatloaf. I could dig that. Like, I'd eat that. But no, it looks like they're going to be on the side. Cranberry pecan pound cake. I am all over that. Yes, Julie, I'm all in. Wow, I think that sounds like a really great, probably tangy and sweet. And a little savory with the nuts in there. Yum. Buffalo? Whoa.
Really?
So Julie's saying that she's putting buffalo in her meatloaf. That's cool. That's really cool. So in Oklahoma, we have lots of cattle and we even have buffalo here. So it's not unusual to have bison stuff. I think even in Texas, they were serving some types of bison while we were there at scaling.
Yeah, bison's big and it is good. It's really good. So
it is big. It is a big animal. You're right.
It's a big animal, and yeah, it's big, but I meant, like, I wasn't saying like the size of it. I was saying it's big, like it's popular.
Oh, it's popular.
But you're saying it's actually big, which it is. All right.
Yeah.
We have some amazing Black Friday sales. We have a ton. We have a ton to go through.
Well, do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, of course. So I'm Heather. You guys all know me. I'm Heather Satterley. I'm a CPA and I have a firm in Portsmouth, Rhode Island, and I love apps. And I'm excited to be here to talk about apps that are discounted. So I'm very excited about that.
Well, so I'm happy that you're here too. I'm very much in the spirit of Thanksgiving. I very, very much am. So I'm feeling like my heart is just really, really happy and full, and I love our community, and so I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. So I'm Liz Scott, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm like many of you, just a practitioner doing my thing and being able to share with all of you what we're doing.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. Did you guys know, fun fact, did you guys know that Appy Hour is in its 5th season? Can you believe that? Isn't that crazy?
That is wild.
I know. It went by so fast. It goes by fast when you're in a pandemic. Oh, and also when you're having fun, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's been a lot of fun. And, one of the things that was really exciting this week is we were talking about a Christmas ornament or not. Like we did such a killer Christmas ornament last year.
We did.
I mean, it was awesome. For those of you who got one, it was really, really cool because it marked the 2020 year. Oh my gosh, everything that we went through, the toilet paper shortage, Zoom calls, you're on mute. It's just,
and I'm still on mute. I'm on mute at least 4 times a day. How many of you, I want to hear in the question and answers, or the chat, not the questions and answers. What am I talking about, Liz? In the chat, I want to hear how many of you find yourself talking and somebody goes, you're on mute at least 4 times a day. It can't just be me. Yeah.
I think we spend a lot of time in Zoom daily. Yes. Yeah. Daily.
All right, it's just us. It's just the 3 of us. It's Liz, Jen, and Heather that apparently are on mute.
I have a shirt. I bought it and it says you're on mute, and I really like it. It's really funny.
I like that. I like that too. That's awesome.
I had to be really careful though the other day whenever I was wearing it and I was out and about. I was like, no, I'm not telling the world you're on mute. I'm not. It's the. It feels like some people are saying, like you said, you're on mute. So
right.
I'm not muting people. Let's see.
No, it
happened today.
Okay, we're not alone. We're not alone. So
although I feel like people have gotten a whole lot better at Zoom in 2021 than they were in 2020. Yeah, people's Zoom skills went up. So do you want to say thank you to our champagne level sponsor?
Of course I do. So thank you to our friends at ADP. We love ADP. It's an app that we use in our firm with our clients for payroll, among other things. And they have been a fantastic champagne level sponsor for 2021. Really best in class application and team, honestly. And honestly, the people are really what make an app outstanding, in my opinion, is the team that they have behind it and the support, and having someone there to help you through the implementation and that has your back. I think that's really that's really the most important component of a great application, and they have all that. They just give and give. So
I agree. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, I feel like they definitely have been very generous to our community, not just to Appy Hour, of course to Appy Hour, but to our community of listening. And so I think that being able to have partnered with them during this entire year has been really, it was the right year and the right time. It genuinely was.
It really
all
was,
of the right. HR resources. There's been so many from our community that have given feedback and have also been grateful.
Show if it can everybody raise their hand. I don't know. Do we have that ability in the attendees? Oh, I think we do. So everybody raise your hand you can. If you guys have signed up for ADP's Accountant Connect and you're taking advantage of all those amazing resources.
Hey, look, there with my hand.
How many people? Yeah, people are putting their hands up. Amazing.
That's cool.
Because honestly, it's even if you're not using ADP products right now, you can still sign up for ADP Accountant Connect and take advantage of all of those resources.
Yeah, that's so true. And that's like a really good foot in the door.
It is. Absolutely. So I would encourage you, if you haven't done that, it's one of those resources that helps us to kind of level the playing field between, the big firms that can afford these enterprise, level tools, and the small firms like us, right, where we can't afford that. So
it's awesome. Funny that you say that, because even just last episode we had Biz Equity on, and we were talking about being able to do a valuation that was affordable. And so we are going through 2 of those for 2 of our different clients. And really, it's both of those clients, they've survived COVID, but they're thinking, maybe I want to just figure out what my options are. And so both of them, for different reasons, are going through the valuation. And man, have you tried Biz Equity? Because I'm not going to say that it's easy, because some of the information that you have to find is like tedious. You have to go find it and plug it in. But as far as just plug and play and then be able to give you some results, it's fast.
That's great. I haven't tried it yet, but I think I will. I think I'll probably try it on my firm and see.
I think that's definitely where a lot of people should start, is your firm.
And you get one free. So you can do your firm to see how it works for you. And then when you fall in love with it, you can sign up for, I think, what is it? Was it 25% discount?
It was. So ADP had that discount as being a partner. Um, but the thing of it was, the most complicated part of it is going and getting 5 years, 4 years worth of tax returns. I mean, which we have all that digitally.
Right.
But so for one of my clients, we didn't have all of those years. But so that was honestly just telling him to go and gather that stuff and share it over. That's the secret sauce right there, is you need tax returns.
You do. So I was
That
just
was
showing everybody that I'm drinking out of my ADP glass.
No, I'm not. But mine's really good too.
Hmm. All right,
We
let's
were
get
s-
into our Black
oh,
Friday deals.
oh, okay, all right. Well, I
You
have
want
to
to know?
talk about Thanksgiving first.
Okay.
I feel really thankful this year.
I do too. I do too. What are you thankful for, Liz?
That this year wasn't like last year. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like I told you, my word was intentional. I did not want to at the end of 2021 feel like I did at the end of 2020. At the
I don't
end of
think anybody did.
2020, I just felt smashed. It was a hard year.
2020 was a hard year. We worked really hard.
Mm.
I feel like 2021 was definitely a better year. I'm thankful to the clients that we've acquired this year in our business and that we have the pleasure of working with. So I'm really thankful for that. I'm thankful for my health. I think I actually say that I'm thankful for my health every day. Um, yeah, I'm thankful for my horse. So that's been a little bit of magic.
Yeah, your horse. Yeah, I'm glad that you found a really good hobby. I wonder, did anybody else this year say, hey, I really need to do something for me and get a hobby? Does anybody get a,
Ancestry. Ooh, fun.
oh, that's a
Karen
good
said several
one.
times, but Karen, you survived COVID a couple times. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Camper to travel, her new hobby. You're camping too, and you do that, Liz. That's kind of a
I
hobby
love
for you,
it.
right? You love
Yeah,
camping.
our camper has been, it's at the camper doctor right now.
Oh,
Yeah, and I'm picking it up on Friday, and we're trying to decide. This was really the conversation this morning. We were like, oh my gosh, we've missed our camper so much. Do we want to just crawl in on Friday and just watch movies at home, or do we want to actually go park at the lake? And so, there's five of us in the house. And so one of the four said, oh, I think, or one of the five said, I think I'll just stay at home. I was like, okay. So there might be four of us that load up and just go to the lake.
right.
There's a lake really close to us, within 30 minutes. So, you know what else I'm thankful for? My husband, yes, I'm thankful for you. He just walked past. Um, but also, I was really thankful to get to go to scaling.
Oh, me too. Me too. That was a wonderful time. It
Hang on,
really
my
was.
husband's like, you want to shut that door behind you when you leave?
Hi, Chris. Is he coming to say hi?
You want to go say hi on Happy Hour?
Hey,
Yes, we
Chris.
are. Yeah, there you go.
No, we're having lots of pop-in guests today, or not even
Wait
guests.
to the
We're
door.
having pop-in family today. So,
That's right. Hop in
Nancy
family.
signed up for scaling for next year. I'm excited too. I'm excited. I'm hoping to teach a class with Ingrid Edstrom.
That would be great.
That would be really cool. I love
I
her.
can't wait to hear the topic. You can't tell yet.
I'm not going to tell. I think that 2022, I mean, 2021 was definitely better than 2020, but I think 2022 is going to be really awesome. I'm feeling it.
I hope that, because I feel like 2020 definitely shed light on our industry in a way that we had never had before. And so our industry became super hypercritical for businesses, which also was a huge strain on us. And I feel like in part because we weren't charging enough for all of the services that we were performing, and a lot of it was taken for granted. And so I think that 2021 has definitely been a year of moving forward in our industry as professionals and That's one of the things that Dawn Brolin, her book, and just Dawn Brolin in general. I think that that's one of the things that she's championed this year is making sure
She
that you
has.
take care of yourself.
She has,
And part
yes,
of that is charging right in your firm, being right in your firm, taking care of you. These are all
definitely.
important messages.
It really is. I mean, it's the people and your health and being kind to each other. That's what really matters, right? So if you're not doing that for yourself, then it's incredibly hard to extend that to the rest of the world, right?
Yeah.
So I agree. And also friendship. So I'm really thankful to have you as a friend, Liz.
Oh, I'm really happy. I'm really, really genuinely happy as an adult that I've been able to find somebody that I just truly, truly cherish. It's hard as an adult.
It is hard as an adult. It is. So,
It's
but
one of
it
those
is.
things that like once you have kids, your kids become the the main focus of your entire life because they are
Yes,
literally dependent on you for life.
right. Exactly.
Your focus becomes there. And I'm thankful to be on the other side of parenting where I'm not diapering anymore. It's
That's
awesome.
really nice. And I'm on the other side of parenting where I have children that are diapering, and that's really fun. Fun to
I
watch.
bet you it is.
I'm enjoying that. They're actually going to be here soon. My house is about to get very noisy because I have 4 small children that will be uh, coming in the front door in a little bit to have some tacos. And it's one of their birthdays. So that's super fun.
Well, so one of my boys who came up here a minute ago to talk to me, you know what he was asking is did I need him for tomorrow because he wants to go hang out with his grandma?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. She's a
All
pretty
right.
cool grandma.
Do we have our first? What's next up? Do we have our drink?
There we go. So awesome deals.
We're going to start.
We are. So we might as well say, hey, we have our drink for the day.
We do. And neither one of us are drinking it. I
No,
didn't have
but
any. I didn't have any of the blackberries, and I had the vodka. I don't like club soda, so I did have somebody. So I'm having a vodka tonic with lime juice in it.
I'm
Which,
happy that you're having a good drink. I am having a good drink too, and it is obviously not that. So, but
but
it is
anyway,
good.
but I love this, and I'll probably have blackberries at my mom's tomorrow because she's my mom and she probably has blackberries. So maybe I'll make one of those tomorrow. But it's really pretty. All right. So here's our first one. Rewind. Rewind. Who's using rewind? I want to show a hands again. Who's already using rewind?
Okay, I had my hand up earlier. Let's see.
I have mine. All of our clients are on rewind. And I got to tell you, I used rewind this past last week to copy over a not-for-profit that had QuickBooks Online, and then they got the TechSoup QuickBooks Online for $160 a year, and it worked like a charm. $29.95 to copy that entire QuickBooks company over. Short work of it, it worked like a charm. I was like, yay! The
Wait, so you copied the whole file over?
I sure did. And the only thing I had to backfill in was they had payroll enabled in the old company for 2 months. And so I just had, and it was like 2 paychecks per every 2 weeks. So it was like 8 entries and bam. And then we just redid the reconciliations, pulled the statements over, and bam, they were good to go. So it was awesome. It was
That's
awesome,
really cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
So
So Teresa
they've
said,
worked on it for quite a while at Rewind, and I had not tested it. Previously
it worked.
we would copy over. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad to hear about Rewinds work up and working and that you've had success with it.
I really did. And the thing that you have to do is you have to go through both companies and make sure all the settings are exactly the same. If one has sales tax enable, you have to enable sales tax, even if you're not using it. And you need to make sure that, certain accounts and certain classes and things are set up in both, but it worked like a charm, Really loved it.
And that's empowering.
It looks like, I think we had just under 10 people that I think we're down to 4, but at the peak of the people raising their hands, we had like about 10 people that were using rewind. So for the rest of you, now you can get 40% off the first month. And it's the pricing, I believe it's $10 per month per client is what I'm paying.
$14.99.
Is it $14.99 now? I must be.
Yeah, because you might be in $10 a month because you're at a certain level.
Gotcha.
But
it's $5
yeah.
per client, Michael's saying.
How much?
That's kind of embarrassing that I don't know what I'm paying for rewind.
$12.
Oh, everybody's paying
$12.
different things. Okay.
Well, yeah.
I think that I was an early adopter. Like I started using it almost immediately after, because the Chromebooks was out there and I was using Chromebooks, but then Chromebooks got acquired by Intuit and I wasn't going to upgrade everybody to advanced. So I immediately went out and bought Rewind for all my clients. And every single client that comes into our firm, that is it's actually in their engagement letter. I miss Nate too, George. He's awesome. He's still around.
He's still around.
About a year, but he's still around and he's still awesome.
We should have Nate on sometime. That'd be fun to get, like, how's he doing and catch up with him. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to lower the hands. And how many of you are excited to go out and get Rewind for your clients now that you've heard that you're going to get 40% off? Okay. Nancy, Jill, awesome. Cool. Fantastic.
Yeah, with 40% off.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't even have to wake up the day after Thanksgiving and go out at 2 a.m.
Our website, so it is on our website, but I think we're having a little issue with it showing up, but we're working on it. And by the end of our episode, it should be up and live and you can go.
I don't think we wanted it to go live until our episode. So I think it was intentional.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like you can't know what we're going to have before we have it on here.
But you know me, I'm a big mouth. I like to tell everybody everything all the time. Like,
there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So Lucio, I love all the pink.
Yeah.
So 50% off.
How many people are using Lucio? Michael, he loves Lucio. I've got 2 people using Lucio now. So we're going to be implementing Lucio in our firm, I believe, in 2022. We just have some things we have to take care of internally first before we're ready to do it as to roll it out to the whole firm. It's interesting because when it's just you in a firm, it's easy to like change. It's not easy. Eat my words. It's never easy to change technology, right? But it's easier when it's only affecting you. But once you have a team and it's affecting other people's work, right? Then it becomes, a bigger deal, right?
No, awesome. I agree. I think that one of the grading systems that we have for apps is not only is it easy for somebody who loves tech to be able to adopt, but also the rest of the team.
Agreed. No, that's definitely true.
Sometimes they just want to do their job and they're like, please stop. Please stop.
Rebecca, I know. They are like, I've done things like I go to our operations director. I'm like, we're going to start using this app. Like we have a couple of apps that we're going to implement. She's like, hold on. She's like, Heather, hold on. She's like, wait a minute. She's like, we have to do this. She's like, we can't just do it. We have to plan it out. And she's right, but that's why I have her, because I'm the one that likes to get the ideas. And then I tell her and she's like, okay, slow down a little bit.
Well, but Lucio, the thing that I liked about Lucio when we first started working through the onboarding pieces, it was messages that were really simple. So there was a message that came across and it was like, hey, welcome. And here, download this. And so it was the link to download the app on your phone. And then it was like, cool, now that you've done that, send a test file. And so it was like, oh, great job. Now that you've done that. And so it was these really almost fun little steps to walk through to be able to say, okay, you did one step. Now here's another one. And it was a little mini celebration. So it was actually a fun experience to walk through that.
Definitely. And Rebecca just asked, what is Lucio? And the good news is every single app that we're going to be going through today, we've had on Appy Hour. So if you want to learn more about what they do and how they work and whether or not you should use it in your firm or recommend it to your clients, go watch you can go watch an episode about it. So just go to theappyhour.com and go on to our previous episodes. And they're also on YouTube and they're also on Facebook. So you can find them in a lot of different places and you can watch them. And the cool thing is that most of the people that come on Appy Hour, they come on over and over again, because they're always having new features roll out, or they have a different integration with another app in the ecosystem. So definitely want to do that. Yep.
Well, and there's the apps that come back on. I actually really appreciate that, because in like rewind, yes, rewind has been on before, but man, wouldn't it be fun to have them back on to be able to show exactly what you were just talking about? So to be able to show a copy of a company, and then the walk through what were the steps that you took, Heather. I mean, like, I feel like sometimes it's fun to have the apps back on because they do have new features.
Yeah, no, they
And
do, absolutely, and they get better, which is
Lucio is one that's impressed the heck out of me. And here's the reason why. One of the reasons that Lucio just keeps on catching my attention is they get the value of being able to integrate into other apps that you would be using.
They do, yes.
And so they proactively, you were asking, what do they do? And so the thing that they're doing is that client communication piece, that internal workflow piece. Like we were just having a conversation today about with some client documents. Well, they have that fun little portal, so and messaging, right, so they can ask those different questions. But they took it upon themselves to say, what would the rest of the community be looking for as far as an integration? And they started building that on the back end.
Well, I think that's because the founder, Chris, he's an accountant, right?
He gets it.
He knows, he gets it, right? So yeah, so see, Lucio also, in addition to, well, communicating with your client, it also has the e-signature. So that means that you can send your engagement letter through them through Lucio. They sign it, it's all in one place. You can deliver their tax documents to them through Lucio. And then you can even message them. So it's very slick. And so their Black Friday deal is if you sign up, you get 50% off the setup. So you can get that white glove setup and receive 25 free eDocs just by scheduling a demo. So if you want to schedule your demo, Liz, do we have a link have they given us a link, or is that on the website?
I think that'll be on the website. Yep.
Okay, you got it. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yep. So over on the website, they can go over there. Oh, this is another good one.
This is awesome. That's a great deal.
It is a good deal.
30% off your first year on Practice Ignition's professional annual plan. So Practice Ignition, what it does is it manages both your engagement letter, your proposals, your engagement letters, and your client billing all in one app. And it syncs seamlessly with QuickBooks Online. It also syncs seamlessly with Carbon or IPM, which is Intuit Practice Management. There's a couple of other integrations. It syncs with Zapier. And so it is fantastic. And I hear a lot of people, actually, I heard this from somebody just the other day, is like, it's really expensive. Like but it's really not, right? So I think their basic plan is like $75 a month, which sounds like a lot, but honestly, the amount of time that it takes you when you're using something else like Word docs and email, and even when you're using Word docs with something like Adobe Sign, there's still stuff you have to do. Whereas in Practice Ignition, you can create the templates and they're beautiful. So when you're sending a proposal, you're sending it to this prospective client, and it gives them a really, now it also, you can put slow down, Heather. You can put a brochure in it, and then it's just a really seamless experience for the client. And then once they accept it, they put in their payment information, and then it automatically bills them for the term of the engagement. So we love it. It is an integral part of our tech stack at both Satterley Accounting and Satterley Training. And I actually just upgraded to the Pro plan because they now have the ability to have the 3 different options for those of us that are doing the value pricing, or kind of the pick your own.
Nice.
So you can now put that on your website even, and have potential clients go through and create a quote for themselves, and then you get the quote that they created for themselves. You can review it and say, do I want this client? And if you do, it becomes an active proposal and they can sign it. So talk about automation.
Well, and one of the things that I really liked whenever just even the first few uses of it is, that part of it that we struggle with the words of what are we going to do for that client? Is it wordy enough? Does it cover all of the details that we're going to do? And then being able to build up that standard, hey, this is what we say, and this is how we're offering it to our clients. We figured it out, and but they have really, really nice templates to be able to go through
They
and
do.
say, are you doing an app engagement? Are you doing some type of consulting? And they have words around that. Are you doing things like cleanup? And they have, pre-built words around that.
They do.
And
Yeah.
so you just really have to click the button and it auto populates those sections onto the engagement letter. And you can separate it in many different ways to be able to say, I want it to be
Yeah.
segmented over here, and I want it to be, several phases. And I was even seeing Nancy was saying that with her billing that she's saying, hey, it's a lot less than some of the other tools that are out there.
It's just easy. Like
Yeah.
for us, we send the proposal, they sign it, and I don't ever have to worry about billing again.
Well,
It
and
just does, it just happens. It just happens, and I don't. And then at the end of the engagement, we can roll over the engagement, update the pricing. We're in that process right now because most of our engagements roll over on an annual basis. But it just makes it easy for us. It's just something we don't have to worry about, And the fees that we do pay are usually less depending on the plan that you have. Now that we've upgraded the pro, we're paying the percentage that we pay per client is less, and it's better than what I would be paying with most others. So
it's like you said, easy. I mean,
I
we need a little bit of easy, and it's light CRM in it too. So
yes.
that's another nice piece of it, because really we don't need heavy CRM in our industry. We really need more engagement proposals and reoccurring type tools.
So Richard's asking, is it available in Canada? And I believe that it is,
Hmm.
but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm gonna go.
You go search
First of
that.
all, is anybody in Canada in this call using Practice Ignition? Because that would be the easiest way to find out. And it looks like Katrina's
It
office.
is available.
Okay, yeah. So Nancy's saying, I know people in Canada that use it, and it was my understanding that yes, it is available in Canada. And I'm pretty sure because I've been to QuickBooks Connect in Canada a couple of times, and actually I know they've been there, so they must be available in Canada.
Yeah, I think that even our buddy Brad, I think he even uses it. That's from Canada. Oh, this one's an exciting one too.
Oh, it is. Oh, yes. And I'm so excited because they're coming on Appy Hour in 2022.
Okay, so I think that many of you here have heard us talk about this new app, but it's a game changer. And why do I say that? It's because it's, Heather, you were talking about being able to share across your team how you're doing stuff. And if you're changing and moving over into a new app, well, you've got to share with your team, how do you use it? Or even with client training, you've got to be able to, with clients, say, here's how you do your books, and training and sharing out guides. That takes time to build. Well, Scribe, because it's based off of clicks through the workflow, it will document it for you and grab screen captures and even some words about the fields that are being captured and clicked through.
Yeah,
it's a really cool tool for training.
It's been life-changing for us. And we even use it like if a client calls you up and they're like, I don't know how to do this, you can quickly go through and just create a step-by-step, and it literally takes you 2 minutes. I demoed it at QuickBooks Connect. I did a session on technology to use to document your workflows. And then I did a workshop afterwards, and I asked the group, I said, like, somebody time me, because I'm going to go through and I'm going to document how, I think I was writing a check or something in QuickBooks. And it was less than 2 minutes to go through and have it completely done with like me editing the, descriptions or the descriptors that are in there and actually getting it ready to send to the client. It was less than 2 minutes. Elizabeth, no, Scribe is not similar to Loom. So Loom is video, right? Loom is video where I'm recording the video, and what Scribe is, it's not video. You can add a video to it, but it's
images.
Really capturing, it's images. It's capturing screenshots automatically as you click through different applications. It is the bomb. So you don't want to miss that episode. We actually have had Scribe on an episode as our coolest thing. I think that was sometime over the summer.
It was during the summertime.
Yeah. So you can
There's a
sign up and get 3 months of Scribe Pro free. Again, go to our website. You'll be able to get the code for that. And I think there's a special link that you need to use
It's
to
well
get
worth
that
it.
code. But get 90 days free. 90 days.
So there's some questions here. Would you replace Loom with Scribe? Okay, so there's different instances. In most cases, I'm going to say yes. Like, and here's the reason why. What we were finding is that Loom videos are really easy, and you can send out a short Loom video. What we were finding is that people didn't watch them over and over again. Then they would come back and they would ask a question. Whereas screenshots, they don't have to play through a 2-minute video. They can just look at the screenshot. So it actually, it is a really good tool for longevity.
It is.
And we do sometimes still use the Loom videos when we're teaching a client how to do something, or we're sharing, oh, well, there's this weird nuance. Here, we fix this for you. Off goes the Loom video, and it's just a really fast thing. Where Scribe, they don't even have to open up like the video. They can just open up that email or Slack or whatever it is that you're sending over to them, that link, and they can see all the steps.
And they also have a new embed feature. So you're going to actually be able to embed the code into certain apps. So we use IPM, and there's actually a way you can do this in Carbon already, but in IPM, there's going to be a way where I can go through and I can actually embed the Scribe right into, and you can do that with a PDF, but or copying and pasting, that works too. But it's very, very cool. See you later, Michael. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
So Scribe, I'm excited. Scribe I'm just super excited about it for sure.
Well,
and they love accountants. They love accountants.
Well, I think that it was a surprise that we latched on to them. And I think that it was because there's so many pieces of what we do that's heavily documented. We really need to internally be able to share what we do for a client and cross-train. So that's one instance where Scribe is really nice. And then, all of those weird things, like you might file sales tax for a client once an entire year, but somebody else does it the whole rest of the year. Well, if you're coming behind them, it could take you hours to get acclimated again to how do you do that for this client? Where in these step-by-step images with words that go along with it's just a nice guide that you can create internally.
Awesome. I agree. All right, we have a lot more deals to go through, and we have 20 minutes left, less than 20 minutes left. So we gotta go.
They're just so good. They're so good. So Commerce Sync, these are our buddies, and they do some cool stuff with Clover. So if you've got clients that are using Clover, you definitely want to pull in Commerce Sync, because they're going to do that piece of it where you're able to take the data and have it really in this middleware, and then say, how do you want it to go over into QuickBooks and Sync? So Commerce Sync has came on before to be able to show us how to sync that Clover sales data, and then some options on how to do it. And they do more than just Clover. I think that was the original place that they started, and then they've branched out into other sales channels from there.
No, it's awesome. And like I said, we've done an episode on Commerce Sync as well. So there's a free pilot program. I would definitely recommend that you sign that up. The link will be on our website, either later today or tomorrow. Is that right?
No, it should be today. So with Commerce Sync, did you see them over at Scaling New Heights? They were there too.
I did not get a chance to stop by. I know you did.
Well, and they didn't necessarily have a booth, but they did have they were there, and so that was kind of cool because Stefan was there, and I was able to catch up with him because they're continuing to really pay attention to what it is that we're interested in, and so they were there getting some feedback. Even though they didn't have a booth, they were walking around and talking to people.
Oh, gotcha. There were a couple of apps that were doing that for sure.
Yeah, it was nice to see them there.
Awesome.
Method.
I love our friends at Method. So Method is a CRM, and it's amazing because it has the most deeply integrated CRM with QuickBooks. So anything that you can access in QuickBooks, you could potentially access in Method. And what I love about Method is it's plug and play. Like you literally connect Method to QuickBooks and everything's right there, and you can start using it right out of the box the way that it is. But The other really cool thing is that you can build almost anything you can imagine with it because it's so customizable. So it uses no code like Zapier does. The no code programming to go through and basically with drag and drop menus and things, you can create different screens that you can embed into your website, different pages that you can use to add additional functionality to QuickBooks that QuickBooks Online doesn't quite have. And this is awesome for separation of duties. Like if you have clients that have a sales team and they need access to the orders or, the transactions in QuickBooks, and they need access to the customer, or even vendor information, then they can get all that through Method without having any access to the QuickBooks data.
Yeah, that's
and they
nice.
have an amazing partner program for accountants, right? So that's also amazing too. So you can get 25% off your first year subscription with Method's Black Friday offer. It really is. And they also have that Zapier integration. So beyond like the automation that you can do just with Method and QuickBooks, the ability to access the information with Zapier kind of opens up a whole new, realm of possibilities. So
they were some of the ones who really originated some of that movement of being able to grab a hold of the data and do things with it.
You're right. I mean, they really did pave the way for accountants to step into the role as process automation consultants, like I have and you have, right?
Yeah, and you're right. They've been around for a while.
So Arrow Workflow, I don't know how many of you use it. The Arrow's been on the show before too. Arrow Workflow was originally built 100% on Method. So Laura Redmond took Method that she was using in her own company and she built Arrow Workflow out of it.
She's brilliant.
She is brilliant, like crazy brilliant.
And she's got an amazing team too.
She does, and she's not a developer. I mean, that's the thing that blows my mind is that she built that app and she's not a developer. Like the no code platform gives you the ability to build automations and custom software. I mean, you're really building custom software for yourself. So like, if you're thinking to yourself, gosh, I wish that I had this thing, this dashboard in QuickBooks, you could actually probably create it with Method because it's so deeply integrated with QuickBooks Online. Or if you're just looking for an awesome CRM, it's fantastic. Everything's in there. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yep. There's lots of options, lots of endless options there. CorePay. Okay. So who doesn't like an Amazon gift card?
I know, right?
Yeah. It's kind of became my favorite thing.
So for each new client, you start on CorePay 1 by 12/31/2020, you got $100 Amazon gift card. Okay. Wait a minute. So wait a minute, because we're going to totally be moving our clients onto CorePay 1. And we kind of like put a little pin in that because we're like, we have these other things we have to do first. So that just made it so that like, we're going to put the gas pedal on that one.
No, I mean, for each new client? Wait, confused. Really? Whoa.
I know. I'm like sitting there doing the math in my head. I'm like, oh.
I know. You would have thought that I missed my Amazon so much because I couldn't stand it. Even at scaling, I had some Amazon delivered there.
That's right. We did. So
it's really necessary though.
CorePay 1 is payments. So it's vendor payments. It is bill pay. It's free. So in addition to them giving you $100, it's actually free. So you don't have to pay for it.
It's really robust.
And it's super robust. So they've also been on Appy Hour, but they integrate very deeply with QuickBooks Online. And they also integrate with desktop. So our desktop friends, they also work with desktop, and it's bill pay. It's bill pay, but it also has a whole bunch of really cool automation features. Like it has cool automation features like for approvals. So, and also for, automating like kind of like bank rules. So imagine bank rules, but in your AP app. So it uses OCR to scrape documents that get imported into it. And then you can create rules based on that data that it scrapes.
So it's got workflows.
Yes, it has workflows.
Yeah,
it totally does. And Teresa's asking, can businesses pay individuals via CorePay? I don't know the answer to that. I'm not sure.
Well,
I know you have to have a business account so most of these AP apps, the account that you connect to their software to pay out of has to be a business account. It can't be
yeah, but I feel like they're just asking about contractors, like, right? Isn't that the question?
Then that would be fine. I know
Yeah,
you can.
yeah.
Actually, I 100% know you can do that. So yes. The other question was, Jerry's asking, so does CorePay play the float? And what Jerry means by that is that, do they play the float in the sense that they take your money out of your account and hold it for a day or 2 or 5, and then send the payment to the vendor? And the answer is yes, they do. That's how these free apps, AP apps, that's how they make their money. They're making the money on the float, and they're making their money on when somebody pays by credit card, they charge a fee for that. So if I wanted to pay a vendor, and I didn't want to have it taken out of my bank account, I wanted to finance it with my credit card, I would have to pay a fee for that. But it's free and it has really robust features. And so I have not had one of my clients, and I tell them about the float, not one has said, I'm not going to do that because, you know, I don't like the fact that they're holding my money for 5 days. All of them are like, yeah, sign me up. Like,
You know, my response to that is, well, it's still going to get there faster than if it had to be mailed by me.
totally, 100%.
I don't, this is kind of sad, but it's just, I don't go to the mailbox ever. And sometimes I just don't leave the house for a couple of days. I have to ask what other, people think of the weather.
Right.
I don't know.
I know. I have to tell you that I still have a couple of clients that send me checks. Like I have like 2.
I do too. And they're bigger corporations.
And the problem is that those checks sit in a pile. And then I'm like, oh, wait, ow. Because I just have gotten out of the habit of taking money to the bank. I mean, I do it on my app, but I forget. And then all of a sudden I'll be like, oh, I better like do this.
Well, so my bank app has a max. And so you can't mobile deposit more than $1,000.
So Melissa's asking about how does it compare to Melio? So it's like Melio, but it's on steroids. So it has features that Melio doesn't have, like the automation and the workflows. But Melio, what it doesn't do that Melio does is that Melio has the built-in bill pay right inside QuickBooks Online, and CorePay doesn't have that. So the CorePay is more comparable to the Melio Purple, which is the Melio that's outside of QuickBooks.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that, the difference is what features do you need? And they're both bill pay apps, but it's like you said, they're similar because they're bill pay apps, but they act differently because of the features that you need. But the thing that I really like about CorePay is for those clients that you need to be able to have more options, it's easy. And so all of these make me happier than one of the solutions that we only had that one solution for the longest time. And that was clunky.
And I agree with you that, it depends on what the needs are. Like if you need multiple levels of approvals, CorePay is going to be a better solution for you than
100%.
If it's simple and it's just one level, they're pretty comparable on that end aspect.
Yep.
All right. Who's next?
Me? I will click the button. Here we go.
Yay, Fathom. I love Fathom. Fathom is a reporting app that allows you to create report packages, but it also has this really awesome KPI dashboard that allows you to have interactive advisory meetings with your clients. My favorite feature of Fathom is that goal seek feature, which allows you to actually do modeling in real time based on the QuickBooks data. So I could actually look at what the effect is going to be if I increase sales by 10% or increase my prices by 3%, or I reduce my costs by a certain percentage. So it's very dynamic, and it also has three-way forecasting. So that was added recently, like within the last year. So they're offering, if you initiate a free trial of Fathom from the link on our website, you're going to get 50% off the first 2 months of your Fathom subscription. That's after the free trial. So you would get the free trial terms, and then you get 50% off for the first 2 months.
You know who loves Fathom is our good friend Jeannie Whitehouse.
Jeannie Whitehouse is a huge Fathom fan.
She is. And she's brilliant. So if Jeannie's doing it, it's got to be good.
It's great. No, it's and again, that's another one of those plug and play apps, right? You plug it in, you turn it on, you pull it pulls the QuickBooks data into QuickBooks, and you're pretty much ready to rock. I mean, there's customization, but
Yeah,
it
there's some setup in
has
there.
the KPIs and the percentages. There's defaults set up by industry, and you can go in and change them if you need. And Nancy says Gold Seek rocks. It does rock. It's amazing.
Well, and
So
this is like the perfect time to be thinking about not only for yourself, like, wouldn't it be like a really cool thing to say with your clients, hey, let's think about all of your prices moving into 2022, because we know prices are changing right now. So to be able to say, hey, let's look at Fathom together and go through that
yes,
exercise. And then at the end say, oh, hey, by the way, we're using that in our firm too. So we're also changing our prices in 2022.
right. So the
Yeah.
other thing that I'm just going to do a shameless plug of I am currently working on the Intuit rate survey that they do every 2 years, and
Oh, right.
I'm going to be publishing the results of that in January and February of 2022. So I just popped the link into our chat. If you guys wouldn't mind taking a few minutes and completing that, if you haven't already, it's completely confidential. It just asks you for, ranges. It's all going to be kind of aggregated and shared. So I would love it if you guys could do that.
And the
then
more feedback that you get, the better the results.
totally.
So, more people should.
We've got almost 900 responses now. So we've got a good set, but I want more. I want at least over 1,000. So if all of you guys do it, you're going to get me closer. That would be good. Who's up next?
I'm with you. Well, and I think, here we go. So these are our good buddies. So Auto Review, we've had them on the show this year, and they've wowed us. So as far as being able to look at a file and do a month-end review, Auto Review is the most intuitive program out there, hands down.
100%. Yeah, no, it is.
Being able to price engagements, being able to run it through Auto Review. Yeah, and Tanya Hiltz in Canada, she actually inside of our firm did a firm training because they have, fully adopted it. Mm-hmm. And so in order to be able to help the team internally adopt it, we had her come in and do a training, and she was phenomenal.
She is. She's amazing. So what they're doing is they actually have 2 different plans. We have the higher one, which is you get 40% off your monthly subscription if you pay $4.99. And the way they explain this to me, it's the details will be up on our website. But basically what it is it posts your account as a prepaid credit, and then for every client that you add, it gives you a discount for that client. So I think for the $4.99, I want to say you get it for $4 per client. And then they use the credit that's posting to your account, which is the $4.99, to pay like the bill. And when that runs out, then you're still getting the $4 per client, but then they would start charging your credit card.
Okay, so Richard's saying, hey, how about using Auto Review to sign up a client beforehand? So we talked about that. So that was one of the things that whenever they came on, we were saying, hey, isn't it a great tool if you want to evaluate before you actually price an engagement?
Yeah.
So there's lots of ways to be able to use Auto Review, but that's a really good one, is to be able to say, what's necessary, and it will do that glance, and it'll be able to even find variations inside of vendors and the accounts that have been used. And so if 60% of the time this account was used and then the rest of the time other accounts were used, it'll flag that. And it'll actually say, did you mean for this to happen? Or was it just all coded in different directions? It needs to be cleaned up in one batch.
Right.
So
it is. It's very robust.
It is. Lots of really cool tools there.
With their port feature, which is like it's an importer from Excel, and that's working pretty well. It's still in beta, I believe, but I'm enjoying it. I'm going to launch a poll.
Oh, please do.
All right. So here's our poll, and this is Liz and I's poll. It's our special poll. We were like, what would you like to learn more about from Appy Hour in 2022? So do you want to learn more new apps in the accounting space? And I think you can do multiple, like you can vote for multiple. Are you guys seeing it? Because I'm not seeing any activity. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there it
So
is.
new
I
apps
saw
in the
it.
accounting space, best practices for implementation, more live deep dive demos, perspectives from your peers. So when we do the Appy Hour open mics, e-commerce, inventory apps, or new apps for productivity that are non-accounting related, and then tax prep apps. So we're just going to leave that up for a minute, but that will help us to kind of gauge what is your interest? What do you guys want to see next year? And that'll help us to kind of curate the different tech that we have on the show, and also the different episodes that we do where we just share our knowledge.
Yep. And 12 months goes by really, really fast. So we want to make
does.
sure that we're filling those 12 months that we have with stuff that you want to be able to see.
Definitely.
So areas of interest that you have too. And it looks like new apps in the accounting space is definitely winning out. So
yep. And then
best
the deep dive
practices.
demos are really popular too. The deep dive
You
demos.
know,
and the
that's
best
exciting to
practices.
see that deep dives are a thing. We have a deep dive that's coming up, and I'm really excited about
me
it too. Yeah,
Yes.
it's going to be a good one.
We do. We have QVinci. We're going to do a deep dive in QVinci, which is going to be fantastic. All right. It looks like we have 8 people left to participate. So if I'm going to count you down. So there's 8
Okay.
people. You have 5 seconds to answer this poll or forever hold your peace. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thanks, guys, for sharing that. Now we have some more deals. I know we're at time.
This is the last one right here.
Oh, and it's mine. So after, very popular demand, and I've already had a bunch of people register for this, I wanted to share, I'm doing another Zapier course in December. So it's a 4-week course. We'll meet twice a week, over 4 weeks. So it's 8 sessions where I basically teach you soup to nuts how to use Zapier. So if you've never used it, you've never heard of it, I can teach you from the beginning all the way up to where you're creating your Zaps. It's very hands-on. I know a lot of people that are in our session today have taken the Zapier course with me. And here's the cool thing, just for you guys, like I've been offering like the world $50 off for you guys, because you guys are my buds, my friends. You guys get $100 discount. So the discount code is ZAP100 off.
How clever of you.
And it expires on 12/10. So yes, Richard, the Zapier course, it will be recorded. So, and I also, you get, I have a special Slack channel where everybody comes in and you stay in that Slack channel forever. And all of the sessions are recorded and posted to your private cohort group channel where all the people that are in the same cohort are, so we can collaborate together. So it's really fun. It's really dynamic. You also make friends too. Like a lot of the people that come through, I see these amazing relationships and networking happening where they come up, they have the same idea or a similar idea, and they make some magic there. So Rachel Douchy, who was on, we interviewed her for Bookkeep. She was actually in my Zapier course in September. And it was great to see her. I felt like it was like when I met her, I'm like, I feel like I know you. So it was awesome. So definitely you can sign up for that. The link is live on my website. So if you want to sign up, you can. So yeah, so that's
really good session.
My Black Friday deal. So.
Well, I am glad that we gathered to be able to go through a lot of the deals that are out there and talk about Thanksgiving. And so everybody who's here with us, thank you for joining us. If you want to go and watch some of the videos that we have on demand, you can go out to our website, or you can go straight out to YouTube and you can watch those videos, especially if you're interested in some of these deals and you're like, what exactly do they do? Let me go check them out. There is a recording there. You would just, want to type in the name of the app that you're looking at and you'll be able to pull something up. And then we were talking about doing a deep dive. And so QuiVinci's going to come on and we're going to be talking about that turnkey advisory program. So they've really set it up where it's a 1, 2, 3 approach. That's got multiple steps in it that are really easy to walk through. And so they're actually going to be taking us through how do you initiate that turnkey advisory program.
Definitely.
And then,
go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just
go back to that slide for a minute.
Oh, absolutely.
I was just going to say that we have a lot of sponsors that are in the process of coming on our schedule, but one episode that's not on here that I want everybody to mark their calendar for is 12/28, which is our New Year's Eve. Well, it's really 2 days before New Year's Eve party. So you definitely want to join that. It's where we're going to announce our 2022 champagne level sponsor. So you definitely want to be there for that. And it's just our New Year's Eve party is where we kick back and we just celebrate each other. There's no teaching or learning. It's all a party. So we do give out prizes though. So you definitely want to come because we're going to be giving out all kinds of prizes and having some cocktails, and it should be really fun. So that is not on there. And I wanted to mention it so that people mark that on their calendar that the 28th, we're going to be doing our Appy Hour New Year's Eve.
You know, and the last time last year, I was in my camper.
I'm going to be in Colorado. I'll be at my daughter's house. My flight isn't until like midnight or something. So I'll be doing it from my daughter's apartment in Denver.
Look how fun this is. Like, I like this. Thank you to our sponsors. And you're on there, Heather.
I am on there because I'm a sponsor too.
Well, yesterday. This was fun. It was fun getting together and chilling and talking about deals that we don't even have to leave our desk for. And you know what we're thankful for. Everybody's getting ready to go into a Thanksgiving. And so I feel grateful that we have this community. I feel grateful that I've got all of you in my life.
Thankful to all of you and for all of you and for, 5 years, guys. We're going on 5 years. You guys are awesome.
It's incredible.
I love doing this. This is honestly, Liz and I look forward to spending time with you guys every time we come on. And it really is one of the lights in both of our lives. So thank you.
Genuinely. Yeah. So until next time, everybody have a wonderful Thanksgiving and a nice relaxation, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.